Imagine a world where creatures the size of buildings roamed freely. These giants, with legs like tree trunks and bodies that dwarfed anything living today, are not the stuff of myth. They were real living beings that once dominated our planet. From the titanic dinosaurs of the ancient past to the awe-inspiring marine mammals of today, the Earth has been home to some jaw-droppingly massive creatures. Let's take a journey through time and meet some of the largest animals that ever walked or swam on Earth. The colossal Argentinosaurus, king of the land. When it comes to sheer size, no land animal can compare to the Argentinosaurus. This dinosaur, hailing from what is now South America, could grow up to 100 feet long and weighed an estimated 100 tons. To put that in perspective, this creature was as long as a basketball court and as heavy as 14 African elephants combined. Imagine standing next to this behemoth. Its head alone was higher than a 5-story building, and its footsteps would have shaken the ground like an earthquake. While its size is nearly impossible to comprehend, what's even more astonishing is that despite its bulk, Argentinosaurus was likely a gentle giant, merely peacefully grazing on prehistoric plant life. The unstoppable Spinosaurus, predator of the water. Argentinosaurus may have ruled the land, but in the waters, another contender claimed its territory, Spinosaurus. With a body that could grow up to 50 feet in length, Spinosaurus was longer than the largest Tyrannosaurus rex. But what made it especially fascinating was its sail-like spine that protruded from its back. Unlike the typical land-dwelling dinosaurs, Spinosaurus thrived in water. Its powerful jaws, lined with conical teeth, were perfect for catching fish, and its paddle-like feet allowed it to move gracefully through rivers and swamps. If you had taken a prehistoric safari, you might have seen Spinosaurus lurking in the shallows, ready to strike like a modern-day crocodile, but at a ferocity 10 times larger. The terrifying T-Rex, the ultimate apex predator. We would be remiss to create a list of Earth's largest creatures without acknowledging the legendary Tyrannosaurus rex. While smaller than the Spinosaurus in length, T-Rex was a powerhouse of muscle and might. At 40 feet long and weighing up to 90 tons, this king of the Cretaceous had a bite force that could crush bones like toothpicks. But T-Rex wasn't just a brute. Paleontologists now believe it had sharp senses, including excellent vision and smell, making it a top predator. If you were unfortunate enough to find yourself in its path, there was little chance of escape. Yet despite its fearsome reputation, T-Rex has fascinated people for centuries, becoming the poster child for the incredible scale and power of dinosaurs. The blue whale, a living Leviathan. Now, let's take a leap into the oceans of today, where the blue whale reigns as the largest animal to have ever existed, past or present. Growing up to 100 feet in length and weighing as much as 200 tons, the blue whale is heavier than any dinosaur and longer than a Boeing 737. Its heart alone is the size of a car, and its tongue weighs as much as an elephant. Yet despite its enormous size, the blue whale survives by feeding on some of the tiniest creatures. It can consume up to 4 tons of krill a day, using its baleen plates to filter these tiny shrimp-like animals from the water. If you ever have the privilege of seeing a blue whale in the wild, the sheer size of it is overwhelming. It's a reminder that giants still roam our world. The gigantic Paraceratherium, the rhinoceros of legends. Before the rise of modern mammals, a truly enormous herbivore known as Paraceratherium roamed the ancient forests and plains. This relative of the modern rhinoceros had no horn, but stood 16 feet tall at the shoulder and could weigh up to 20 tons. To put that in perspective, it was taller than a giraffe and weighed more than 2 fully loaded school buses. Paraceratherium's long neck and massive size allowed it to feed on the leaves of tall trees, much like today's giraffes, but on a scale we can barely imagine. If you found yourself standing next to one, you would feel like a chihuahua in comparison. Megalodon, the ocean's greatest predator. No discussion of ancient giants would be complete without mentioning Megalodon, the largest shark that ever lived. With a mouth big enough to swallow a small car and teeth the size of a human hand, Megalodon was the ultimate ocean predator. Growing up to 60 feet in length, this monster shark patrolled the oceans during the Miocene and Pliocene epochs over 2 million years ago. Megalodon primarily feasted on whales and other large marine mammals, and its bite was likely strong enough to crush bones with ease. If you think a great white shark is intimidating, imagine a creature 3 times the size. Megalodon may no longer be around, but its legacy as the ultimate ocean predator lives on in our imaginations. As we marvel at the size and strength of these incredible creatures, it's easy to forget that many of these giants lived in environments very different from our own. Their sheer size often reflects how they adapted to their world, with some thriving on land, others in water, and some even mastering both realms. While many of these animals are long extinct, their bones and stories continue to capture our imaginations. In today's world, we may never see creatures of such size again, but every time we look at a whale, or even an elephant, we're glimpsing the giants that came before. And who knows? The depths of the ocean or the distant wilds might still hold secrets, maybe even a new giant waiting to be discovered. As we keep exploring our world, who knows what colossal wonders we might find next? So stay curious, because the next breathtaking discovery might be just around the corner.